8 purchases that rappers regretted. Rappers are the modern-day rock stars, known for having massive piles of money and spending it all on extravagant lifestyles, filled with massive parties and exorbitant price purchases. However, sometimes there's purchases that are so unnecessary, you'll regret them no matter how much money you have in the bank. Whether it's an oversized piece of real estate or a diamond chain too heavy to actually be worn, rappers often buy things that make us question whether or not they really deserve to have all that money. And sometimes, though it's rare, rappers will make a purchase so outstanding that even they wonder if they deserve to have all that money. While it's easy to criticize these types of choices, one must wonder if they might make the same exact type of silly decision if they were suddenly given heaps of cash. After all, many of us average folk make plenty of bad financial choices without millions in the bank. Before we begin, make sure you like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now, here are 8 purchases that rappers regretted. Number 8. Mac Miller's LA mansion. When Mac Miller first entered the rap industry, he was quickly labeled as a frat rapper, and developed a reputation as rap's bubbly little brother who loved to party. That wasn't exactly untrue at the time, and Miller quickly became the lead of MTV's newest reality show, Mac Miller and the Most Dope Family. The show only ran for 2 seasons, but it documented Miller's day-to-day life as he navigated stardom in LA. The show prominently featured Miller's house, a gigantic LA mansion that he lived in from 2011 to 2014. While Miller never actually purchased the house, he did spend literally millions of dollars leasing it from 2011 to 2014. After the reality show ended, Miller moved away from LA and settled in NYC. Miller would go on to admit he regretted living in the mansion, saying it was too big, and the empty space made him feel extremely lonely. In the song New Faces V2 on his mixtape Faces, Mac raps, quote, "strung out on this dusty couch in the big white ugly house." Considering Mac fought through the deepest part of his depression at this house, it's safe to say the home was associated with many bad memories for the rapper. Number 7. J. Cole's chain. Lots of rappers regret purchases they make, but few regret it so much that they write an entire song about it. But that's exactly what J. Cole did on the track Chaining Day on his album Born Sinner. Born Sinner is a concept album that analyzes every facet of Cole's struggle with his newfound fame. In Chaining Day, Cole struggles to reconcile his newfound wealth with the fact that he purchased. Throughout the entire song, the rapper laments his materialistic purchase, admitting that he hasn't spent his money on anything useful yet, like a house for himself or his mother. Cole admits that he spent $100,000 on an iced-out Jesus piece, meaning a gold pendant in the shape of Jesus, covered fully in diamonds. As the song goes, the jeweler, quote, "even iced out Jesus' hair." The song ends with Cole vowing never to spend his money frivolously on jewelry again. For the most part, it seems that Jermaine took his own advice. Since then, he has continued to become more successful and has used his money for a variety of good causes: a house for himself and his mother, an organization to help mothers in need, and the founding of his own record label, Dreamville Records. Number 6. Scott Storch's Bender. Okay, Scott Storch isn't a rapper, but he is one of the most influential rap producers in the history of the genre, and his regrettable purchase might be the most expensive one on this entire list. Storch began his career in 1991 as a pianist for The Roots, and quickly became one of hip-hop's most in-demand producers. He assisted on production for You Got Me by The Roots and Still Dre by Dr. Dre. From here, Storch would go on to produce for nearly every big name in rap and R&B, including Beyonce, Nas, 50 Cent, and Chris Brown. But at the height of his career in 2006, Storch was battling a heavy addiction to cocaine. The addiction quickly overcame him, and he found himself at the center of various scandals and legal battles. This culminated with a 6-month drug-fueled bender in 2009, where Storch reportedly spent over $30 million on drugs. By some miracle, Storch escaped the incident with his life and checked into an LA rehab clinic. Luckily, Scott was able to kick his addiction and has remained sober for the better part of a decade now. In fact, in August of 2020, Storch revealed his plans to open a new rehab facility in California to help with other artists escape their drug habits. If it all led to him getting clean, that $30 million might be the best money Scott Storch has ever spent. Number 5. Rick Ross buying a smart car. While most people might associate internet trolling with rappers like 50 Cent and Tekashi 6ix9ine, other rappers occasionally see opportunity they can't pass up. And that's exactly what happened in September of 2020, when Rick Ross bought a brand new car just to troll Tory Lanez. Lanez has been the center of the RP nightmare after news broke that he had drunkenly shot rapper Megan Thee Stallion in the foot after a verbal argument. Lanez has been the target of much criticism by his peers, but has yet to issue a formal apology, or even explicitly admit his misdeed. Rick Ross, who has faced his own criticisms about misogyny, has taken a firm stance on Tory's action, saying, quote, "That ain't how you address the accusations you're facing with a sister. That was a poor choice, homie." Unquote. In a further attempt to antagonize Lanez, Ross bought a small smart car as a gift to commemorate Lanez's new album going acrylic on DatPiff. Though the joke was found amusing by some, Ross did face some criticism himself. The rapper used the video to advertise his own champagne brand, which some considered in poor taste, claiming it devalued Ross's stance on the issue. Number 4. MC Hammer's mansion. While now mostly known for his hit single Can't Touch This, it's hard to overstate the importance of Hammer in the rap industry. As the first rapper to ever achieve a diamond status, MC Hammer is partially responsible for bringing rap to the forefront of mainstream music. And for a while, Hammer's wealth matched his fame. In 1991, Hammer was earning about $33 million a year, and was continuing to climb the ladder of international success. Unfortunately, in 1996, Hammer was forced to file for bankruptcy, after it was revealed that he had squandered the entirety of his fortune on real estate, staff, and personal luxuries. The court documents revealed that Hammer was actually $13 million in debt. As a result, Hammer was forced to sell his mansion, a $30 million property, for just a fraction of the price he had purchased it at. Sources indicate that Hammer received only $5.3 million for the estate. Hammer was in debt to the IRS as late as 2015. According to sources now, Hammer has managed to bounce back from his debt slightly. His estimated net worth is $1.5 million. Still, that's a big step down from his former status as a multi-millionaire. Number 3. Lil Jon's $500K Crunk Ain't Dead chain. While it's no doubt that Lil Jon still remains famous as a major component of nostalgia for fans of early 2000s rap, he is no longer the hottest feature in rap music. But in the early 2000s, Lil Jon seemed sure that he was bound to be a long-standing star in the industry. In the early 2000s, Lil Jon took offense to the claim that crunk music, of which he was a pioneer, was dying, and sought to disprove the haters. As a result, he purchased a $500,000 diamond chain that read, "Crunk Ain't Dead." Besides the fact that the chain looked like a hastily prepared ransom note, the industry proved Lil Jon wrong. Crunk music's popularity almost totally died out within 2 years of his purchase. Jon has since admitted that he regrets spending so much money just to make a point, especially since he was proven to be completely incorrect. Despite his miscalculations, rap fans can agree that no one else can come along with an ad-lib that was capable of getting fans as hype as Lil Jon's signature, "Yeah." Number 2. T-Pain's Bugatti. T-Pain is one of the most interesting figures in the rap industry. Once a global superstar and one of the most valuable features in the entire rap scene, T-Pain seemed to fall off overnight and disappear from rap, only to suddenly re-emerge in the middle of a comeback in early 2019. During new interviews, T-Pain has been admirably transparent about his failures within the music industry, including how depression caused him to withdraw from music and how ego and poor planning squandered his fortune. But before he was in dire straits financially, the rapper was known for an absolutely massive car collection, consisting of 36 ultra-rare cars. Amongst these cars was the Bugatti Veyron, a $1.2 million supercar known to be popular amongst rappers. But T-Pain quickly found that driving the car led to frequent and costly repairs that made it unrealistic to keep up with. T-Pain admits that he regrets the purchase, and quickly sold the car in order to purchase several less expensive and easier to care for cars. Number 1. Birdman Birdman's Miami mansion. Since Birdman is known for cheating many of his cash money artists out of their deserved profits, you would think that Baby would be pretty damn wealthy, right? Unfortunately for him, it seems that this isn't quite the case. Despite Birdman's success as a label exec and entrepreneur, the artist has faced consistent financial troubles over the years. In 2017, Birdman found himself at the center of a $12 million lawsuit that forced him to foreclose on his Miami mansion. Baby had only owned the property for 5 years before he was forced to foreclose on it. However, despite this, the artist has managed to bounce back due to his multiple investments. Currently, Birdman has a stake in both an oil company and a fashion line. Ironically, both companies have drawn accusations of being fake companies used as a money laundering front. Regardless of how Baby is really getting his money, it seems to be working. As of 2020, Birdman is projected to be worth a whopping $80 million. So have you ever made a regrettable purchase as bad as one of these? Let me know in the comments. And before you leave, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to our channel.